Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? We're relaxing as per usual. A little bit of a later episode, but not too late, as late as I usually go. Mainly it's not much more justified this time because I had D&D with one of the groups. They're in quite a dilemma at the moment, I would say. I think the way I would describe it, or I described it to them, but I'll go into it in a second. Good evening, everyone. Right now in Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:24 p.m. on Thursday, June 25th, 2026. The way I described it to them, which they were like, that's kind of fair, because if you've not been following the hijinks, basically they're on like the final stretch of one of the character kind of arcs, or like with this act, and it's a bit more of a sort of mix of like they are determining exactly how the path goes. So it's kind of like puzzly, it could be a bit exploration-y, but so it can be a bit like roleplay, it can be battle-y, depending how they want to do things. So essentially I introduced the concept pretty early on to them, as a way for that they could experiment with it. They found out one thing from it, and I was like, wonderful. So then now in this final stage, I've introduced something a bit more like holistic, where I was like, okay, well now they're going to have to investigate a little bit more and try and sort of figure out what's going on to understand a bit more. But then they accidentally or unpurposely, depending how you look at it, kind of skip through it, which wasn't my intention. And now I'm just kind of like, well, okay, that was meant to be kind of a tutorial one, and well, they kind of solved it, but solved it in a way which I don't think they learned much information from, which makes it rather difficult. And now they're on like the next part, which I'm just like, okay, you know, I as a DM, and I told them this, so it's not like too much of a surprise. I was like putting back the curtain, being like, it's a bit difficult because I had to make a decision now, but I'm like, do I significantly change up this one to make it tutorial? Like, how else can I change it up to try and make it be easier for them? But then I also was like, well, you know, D&D is kind of made of decisions and consequences of decisions, so what am I doing? Like, I should just play it out as it is, and then it would just be, that's how the story naturally came to be, and maybe it'll be even better this way, I don't know. I don't need to be like an adaptive difficulty curve necessarily. I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with it if I'm just like, oh, they're struggling or something weird is going on, but I'm just like, why not let them sort of flounder about a bit, let them try and sort of try things and figure things out, you know? It could be a lot of fun in that. But yeah, the way I described it to them is kind of like, it's kind of like you skipped the tutorial and now you're on the first of like an exploration or puzzle game, and it has no further instructions, and now you're trying to figure out how to beat the first level. But that's essentially the vibe of what's going on. I would say I don't think they're as far away as they probably think they are. But there's definitely like, I put in a lot of like things for them to think about. I don't know if they don't need all the information to get a conclusion, I think. But I hope it's leading in the right direction. Necessarily. It's a bit of a weird, unusual case. Necessarily. So compounding on things which have, you know, been dropped as like a throwaway comment or something ages ago. But of course, me as a DM, it's easier for me to link this stuff up, while it's quite difficult for them to link it up. So, who knows. Anyway, how's it going with Gacha Games? I've qualified for round 2, Group A, mostly carried by my Mahano Bourbon, to be honest, and my Saint Sky's not doing as well as I hoped, mainly because her weight is not that high, which really sucks, because if I just got some rainbows on the final thing, she would have like 1,100 wit, but instead she's got like just under 1,000. But she's got a pretty good build, all things considered. There's just a lot of front runners right now. And my Mahano Bourbon's winning. My Gold City, my temporary Gold City, while I wait for Throne to be released, which has now been released, and I'm in the process of doing a run. Somehow got 2 wins just by being pure gamble and managing to hit every single gamble. Which is exactly what she's here for. She's here as a wild card. Doesn't matter if I win the finals. As long as I make it to the finals, hopefully it should be fine, but nonetheless, it won't matter too much. So hopefully I can make a good Gold City, and then I'm going to spend the time trying to prep for the next absolute nightmare champions meet. But yeah, what am I going to talk about? Sorry, there's my 5 minutes tangent. on whatever's going on. What is our next thing that we did? I spoke about sumo, right? Oh, the next one's such a good one. Although, again, it's quite hard to say much about it because it's kind of just like very self-descriptive. So the next thing on the Japan holiday. Oh, I could talk about Small Saga. I kind of forgot about that. Okay, I'll do that maybe tomorrow if I remember. Because I was meant to talk about Small Saga and or Nine Souls. Oh, I need to do Fawnhallow for the next series. Again, I don't think it's a very complicated Fawnhallow, thankfully, but I still need to do it. I'm absolutely scorching over here. But yes, I'll talk about the Japan trip, the next thing that we did. Was pretty fun, to be honest. We essentially went to Nara. And Nara is a place which is known for lots and lots of deers. You might have seen it before, but like it's famous for having like deers which bow, and then they bow because they're expecting you to give them basically a deer cracker. And then you can give it to them, and then they pester you for more, really. But it's a pretty popular place for people to go to, and it's a lot of fun. Like I would recommend it. Like I don't think it's gonna like blow your mind necessarily, but I think it genuinely is just like a lovely place. And I suppose your mileage may vary depending on how much you like deers. If you hate deers, then probably I wouldn't go there. But if you like deers, yeah, go there. I mean, I like deers. So this is the second time I've been to Nara. I think the first time I went, I can't remember, I didn't buy a lot of biscuits or things or crackers or whatever. This time I bought loads. I think I literally bought a pack for each of my friends and it was like, go wild. Because I was like, I know what happens. These deers go absolutely crazy. If they think you've got deers out, they'll chase you down, which, you know, is both amusing and also annoying, I suppose, in its own right, isn't it? I think that was actually one of the first things I did. Was I went there, like, went up to someone selling deer crackers and was like, okay, give me 5 packs. And then I went to my friends and like, here's 1 pack each. Have fun. And it was a lot of fun. And like, we got a lot of good photos of a deer. Like, there's some deers, like, this is my tip, if you want a selfie or whatever, a photo of a deer, you can find deers which are pretty chill. Some are just sort of sitting there. Most of them, like, I wouldn't try and lure them with a photo necessarily, because as soon as they see the biscuit, you're going to get like a crowd of them. They're going to bite everything you have. Like, my experience of when I went there the first time is, I didn't even have, no, I had 1 biscuit. 1 deer cracker. And then I just like was like, I'm gonna walk into like the middle of a deer's and, you know, get like a little crowd following me. And then they were so aggressive, they just like ran up and started eating my shirt. And I was like, okay, fine, you have a deer, you win. You have a biscuit, sorry, you win. So you know, just be a little bit careful depending on what you're going to be doing. Yeah, I do remember it was a pretty hot day as well. Like today in the UK, it's absolutely boiling hot right now. Thankfully, I think we're past the peak of a heat wave. I've run out of vegan magnums. That's right, because of lactose intolerance, I'm having a vegan ones. And I'll be honest, I don't know the difference. Well, okay, it tastes slightly different. Oh, it's pate. The vegan ones compared to the non-vegan ones, but not enough for me to be like, ah, this is gross. Honestly, tastes pretty nice still. Yes. So yeah, sadly ran out, but that's okay. But yeah, we took a lot of nice photos of a deer, to be honest, and there's not really much else to say. We went to quite a few of the shrines. There's like a deer shrine where you can get like specific deer fortunes or whatever. Some of my friends got like this deer, like, love fortune thing. It was actually kind of cool. You like soak it in water and shake it underwater to try and see what it says. It was all in Japanese. It was definitely too complicated for me to read. But it was pretty cool. Good disappearing ink style. We went to like the smallest, like, literal like mom parcel store to eat lunch. It was so random. Like, we saw it and I was like, I don't even know if this is actually a store or not. Like, if it's actually a restaurant or not, because it looked like a store. And I walked up and I was like, can we eat here? And then she was like, oh yeah, the restaurant's here. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I was actually pretty good, all things considered. I can't remember what I had, mind you. I think I had some sort of ramen. But yeah, it was very, very sort of just like small place, like run by 2 people. And then I think it was also at ryokan or some sort of like inn, because like a load of people who were like on a group trip came in. And they got ushered off to like some accommodation in the back. I don't know how 2 people run that entire thing. That sounds absolutely exhausting, because there were like 30 people who came in. And trying to remember what else sort of happened. Okay, but that other stuff I'll talk about on a different episode. But yeah, I mean, Nara's just kind of known for deers. Like, they're very infamous, might I say. Especially for their aggression. But, I mean, they're also just sort of casually about. But they're only aggressive if they think you have a deer biscuit. If they don't think you have a deer biscuit, they more or less sort of just leave you alone. Like, we were just, like, crossing streets, and they were crossing as well, waiting for the red man before they did anything. Honestly, very sweet. Very well-mannered deers, shall we say. I was highly impressed. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else which particularly happened. With the deers specifically. Oh, it's quite difficult to think of anything just off the top of my head like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, there was just kind of a nice time. Just taking pictures of these deers and being like, whoa, look. Look at all these different things. I don't know, can I get the group photos of the deers? But I skipped too far ahead. About here, it's probably... Nara? Yeah, this is Nara. Okay, wow. I'm trying to remember what did I even buy anything here? Because I didn't get any of a deer fortune. Oh, I did buy a plush deer. Because I was like, I've been here before, obviously, and I bought a very cartoony sort of looking deer, like covered in hearts. It's very souvenir, very sort of tacky. And I bought like good deer fortunes, where it's like porcelain and wooden deers holding fortunes from a shrine. And I said to myself, I mean, I think I have a deer plush somewhere. Surprisingly, I don't have many deer. I actually think I have more reindeers than deer plushes. But I was like, if I see like a deer plush, which is like sort of like a mix between like cartoony and realistic, I'd buy it. And I saw one and it was a pretty big one. I was like, okay, I'll buy this. I think it's pretty cute. So yeah, I mean, Nara Park, Nara it is. Or Seek it is, I guess they are technically. Super cute. I got some nice photos of them. It was just a very warm day, is what I'd say. Fed them some biscuits, or all good stuff. We went to some of the other shrine, temple-y things. I don't remember them. Yodaji Temple, that's one of them. That's a famous one. I think here. There was like a walkway of like a load of different shrines. Oh yeah, just the deer casually hanging out on the high street of the shops. I think in one of the points that there was just like a deer just like looking in. They're kind of like sort of pests as well in a way, right? Because they eat all the flowers. Oh yeah, this is it. As we were leaving a restaurant, there was just a deer outside watching. Some of them just sort of chilling outside restaurants. It was pretty cool. Oh yeah, we saw some baby deers as well. We saw some fawns. Didn't we? I think so, right? Yes, we did. Seems a bit late in the season to have a fawn, but I don't really know. I don't know what these other places are, but just more shrines. Weird photo of me. I can't remember this one. Okay, yeah, there's a heart paper for a heart fortune. That was like a golden dragon statue or something. I don't know what this is. A porcelain frog? I think this was just in someone's yard. Oh yeah, is this a place that was in the market? My friend, like, she was really trying to find, I can't remember what type of melon it was, what it's called, but she was really trying to find this type of melon. She just found it in a random farm as she was walking by. I can't remember, was it like, they got sold tomatoes as well. Like, very, honestly, pretty tasty tomatoes. I remember we were just walking through town, to be honest. Oh yeah, because and then we were going into town because we were doing our workshop thing, which I'll talk about next time, or after Small Saga, whatever. It's nice. They're cute. So I say, not very skissery. These ones. These are very well accustomed to humans being about. So yeah, it was a nice time. Yeah. I wish I had more to say. I generally don't. It's just kind of deers. In a good way. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else to say, but there's just I'm sure there's things which happened, but I can't really think of things that happened. off the top of my head. I don't know. I think it would be quite a vibe just sort of walking around town and just seeing a load of deers here. Shame that they eat all the flowers. I mean, that certainly kind of sucks. I wonder why there are so many deer there. I wonder if it's overpopulated with deers. I don't know. Anyway, on that note, I guess I'll just round this episode up here. Like, if I've got nothing else to say, to be honest. This is a cool place. Go look up pictures. It's nice. Anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. Then Animal Crossing New Horizons, I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now. I also hope my fan hasn't been too loud. It's extraordinarily hot right now. I'm going to go have a shower.